The trogallart as presents Wiki Warcraft 2. I'm gonna see a little bit of chat here. Notice the X-Man Art. Big shout out to him in the chat. Nico Nation, Captain Claw, the Invincible. And we're gonna go to the tournament channel here where we'll see Tora, Teaboy, Startail, Lone, Team Dynasty, Viruz, Bravian, B.I.B., Pink, Green Goblin, and you know the rest. Alright, here it is, right to the action here. Game number 4. It is important for you guys to know what is at stake here. This is the 2v2 World Championships of 2024, June 15th. Big cash prizes put up by Tora. Special thanks to Tora for dumping all that cash to making this happen. Wiki Warcraft 2 at its finest. And special thanks to the trogallart for posting this on his YouTube or Twitch TV or whichever channel it may be. Maybe Instagram. Yeah. Here we are, u8t3io3p, Teaboy alone in Team Dynasty Viruz. Game number 4, the first 3 games off the chain. The smokes weren't even close, it was so far off the chain. Meanwhile, here it is, 12 o'clock starting spot, game number 4. And last time, the opponents were at the small 9 and 8 o'clock spot, so or probably small 6 or whichever. So it wasn't a very good starting spot for them. Can they pull off another lucky break like that? Or will there be a 12-2 neighbor war? Oh, the incitement, the anticipation. This is indeed a 2v2 World Championship. So whoever has that title belt at the end of the day is going to have to give it up to the winners of this series. Because they're about to take that title home. u8t3io3p and I believe IMT-Man taking home the last championship belt, so wouldn't be surprised, but they are up against 2 of the best players in the world, Team Dynasty Viruz and Lone. They got trounced the first game. The next 2 games have been so exciting, it's just off the chain. And now we're going to see, is there a neighbor war at the 4 or 5? No, so u8t3io3p going to continue on out with his scouting about. Wants to catch someone at that 6 o'clock spot again, like he did do, has been done to Viruz earlier on in the series. And will he get lucky again with that 6 o'clock spot? No, it doesn't seem like anybody's at the 6 o'clock spot. Maybe they ran to the middle. Those sneaky guys. And that leads one to believe the small 9 or perhaps even the 2 o'clock spot here are most likely inhabited. And u8t3io3p is going to find out very quickly if this is the case. Yes, indeed, the small 9. So that's pay dirt for u8t3io3p as he's going to start to set up an early aggressive build here towards the small 9 player. Gonna move on out rather than scout the 2 o'clock spot. Is there nobody at the 2 o'clock spot? Probably an 11 o'clock player, as the small 9 was courageous enough to do this type of a duel. But a little bit of a late wall off is going to cost him here. I know he says, is it 2? Oh, u8t3io3p wants to know if it's 2 as well. He might be in trouble if it is indeed 2 o'clock. He's going to go send a grunt out there to spot. He really hasn't invested too many, but if it's a 12-2 battle, no, it's indeed the 11 o'clock spot. So, no, not 2 o'clock. And that grunt was wasted for the nervousness of u8t3io3p. I am Teaboy. He is now T-Man. He's got it under control. Meanwhile, u8t3io3p has set up shop at the backside of that small 9 o'clock spot. Grunts making their way down here, but it's been a pretty successful assault of it so far in this game. And will this be a quick 3-1 sweep from the Polish players? u8t3io3p and I am T-Man. Team Dynasty Viruz, no noob, and Lone pretty good at Warcraft 2 as well. The Hungarian Hound Dog. Woo! And here it is. T-Man's moving on up here towards the more pressure being placed on that. He's looking for a catapult to come on out. And this is going to be shut down quickly by these 3 grunts. So likely there is going to be a catapult coming out. But the backside of that small 9 has been put to the test as well, as u8t3io3p seeks to shut down any mining opportunities there and slow that small 9 o'clock duel. They've done a pretty good job of it so far. In fact, as those grunts move down there to deal with the towers, it looks like he's going to now just come in free with his base and get on in there to destroy this small 9 o'clock duel. The 11 o'clock player, probably a nice little wall off there from that small 9 o'clock player, doing a very good job of it. It seems like those grunts might have actually just walked into a trap, but maybe not. Here, what's the 11 o'clock player going to answer with? Not a whole lot. And this is shaping up quite nicely for the Polish players. Here comes a group up of grunts coming in here to try to take this down, but they just caused so much damage to these two players. Looks like it's going to be an early GG. Not going to count themselves out yet, however. 12 o'clock spot has yet to produce a lumber mill. He's just been pumping these grunts. So if he's able to continue with this duel, then they can probably make a pretty good comeback. He's going to assault the 11 o'clock spot. Don't know about that, actually, as the 11 o'clock has been putting pretty strong grunt armies on action. And wow, we're going to come out victorious here. But against the guard tower, these one hit point grunts are going to fall just like that. Another assault lined on up here. And u8t3io3p already going towards the late game as he puts up tower up here for defense for his opponent. So he's quite well satisfied with the damage that they have so far incurred. And he's going to think towards the late game. Doesn't want to have his ally get defeated by an early white strike. And then he's going to push on up to tier number 2 and do what they like to call powering. 206 APM from IMT-Man. Pretty high APM for Warcraft 2, as there's not so many actions that need to be done. Alright, so the small 9-9 position has been secured. And that's going to push it on over into the mid-game. So let's go ahead and read some comments here. We have from Tsav. He says, "Why is it dedicated to me? Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Well, from now on, I'm dedicating it to the Tsav with one less V. So, you thought it was TSAVVVV, but in fact it's TSAVVV is who I dedicate these wiki Warcraft 2 videos to. So don't get so full of yourself, Tsav. I'm talking about a different Tsav who's got an extra V at the end of his name, or maybe one less. I can't remember now. Well, I guess I'll just dedicate it to both of you guys. Meanwhile, up here, or I should say down there, not a whole lot happening. They have secured their places, but Levin's going to have trouble expanding here. He's going to really want to try to make something happen. Can the red player make his duel worthwhile now, though? Is it actually even possible? His small 9 gold flow going to be exploding pretty soon. But he'll have a nice full gold mine at the 9 o'clock spot, so we can really try to still being a nuisance is IMT-Man, or u8t3io3p, I do believe. And tier number 3 has arrived, so he really is going to want to get on that researching of Bloodlust himself here and start mining that 9 o'clock spot as tier number 3 for both players. And White, let's see what White's got in the bucket or inside the bag. What's he gonna pull out of his magical murder bag? He'll probably pull out Bloodlusted Ogres, that's on the table for everybody else. So probably gonna be early Bloodlusted Ogres for the White player as well. Tier number 3, and there's the altar to which all peons must repair. It's them's, there's the rules. And then he's going to set up a nice defensive position here. These suicidal, sacrificial grunts there, charging in there, trying to make room for Ogre, so he doesn't need to build extra farms and such. And then he's going to push out with his Ogre, so it's going to be moments away from a large bloodlusted Ogre army assault. And he's going to be thankful for that tower that u8t3io3p has planted there at the front door. Will the white player do a psych and move on down to u8t3io3p's base? No, he's going to come up right here and try to flex his muscles. Not a lot of muscle flexing happening, actually. Perhaps he's waiting for Bloodlust, and Bloodlust has arrived. Will he come in here to destroy? He's going to take down the tower right away. Ah, the tower, not such the white. It was actually his boon. And the white player come rampaging into the base. Bloodlust so far away from arriving for I am T-Man, and there's just so many bloodlusted ogres at the door. He's going to wall off his ogres. What a guy, going to be able to save these ogres. And here comes a DK on the way from u8t3io3p. And he's going to try to get the whites, but will white punch that? No, he's going to get it right by, and he's going to successfully DK the white player's gold flow. But still, this one huge bloodlusted ogre army, berserker barrage of ogres, has really pulled them right back into the series here. It's been exciting. DK on the way up to help them defend this, and Teaboy does indeed have Death and Decay. Sorry, I need to quit shouting into the microphone because it's just so exciting. And u8t3io3p over there with a nice offensive of his own, but that's kind of a shattered economy here from although it's no different than the what's happening at white space after that hasted DK made its way in there. u8t3io3p, however, unscathed so far throughout this game, but will red make it a game? White's going to need to expand in the near future. Although not a lot less less necessitated. Oh, here comes another bloodlusted ogre army assault from white, trying to take the day and clean up his opponent in one fell swoop. Gonna send some ogres up here. Wow, they need to get up there and tear up these peons as quickly as possible. The peon's gonna make a run for it and try to wait out until, but look at it's too many ogres just streaming on in here. Where does the white guy get all his resources? Is that Bravit with a hidden inside duel inside the 11 o'clock base? All right, and Bloodlust has arrived from the red player. They're going to tie this game up. They're going to tie the series up. This is going to be a 2-2 tied series, ladies and gentlemen. Team Dynasty Virus and Lone making the comeback, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the GG. I want to thank ye for tuning in. I want to thank my sponsor, Trogallart. And I want to thank Torah for putting up the big cash prize tournament. The Trogallart!